What is the biggest flaw in the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare that you would fix if you could see it? I mean, you're the architect, so I know you probably don't want to see any flaws in your baby, but, you know, is there one that you would love to just tweak a little bit?
Well, I think I have to give you two. I think the one is really the one substantive thing I'd like to fix is I feel like the law does not do enough to protect lower middle income families from high medical bills. I feel like there's these cost sharing subsidies in the law don't go high enough up the income scale, and I think you're talking about families that are 2 to 3 times the poverty line, that if they get hit with big medical bills a couple years in a row, they could still face very extreme spending situations, even under Obamacare. I'd like that fixed. But the other is political, which is basically, look, the failures of the law politically can largely be traced to the fact that opponents have misled people about this law, have lied about it, and I think the political fix is to get people to understand what the law is doing for them. I think Trump's done more of that than anybody because the popularity of the law has gone up the most under President Trump.
And just as you're speaking, we have got final confirmation that the Senate GOP lacks the votes for a straight Obamacare repeal bill. So that is not happening. The repeal bill is not going forward for a vote. Jonathan, at one point, I mean, Democrats haven't wanted anything to do with this ever, all along. So they were right out of the picture. At one point, though, it was suggested that a single-payer system mightn't be fully out of the question within, you know, maybe not immediately, but within a couple of generations. Do you ever see a single-payer system being the law of the land in the United States?
I mean, you could never say never, but I don't see how it's possible in the near term. Look, we've tried to do health care reform every 17 years over the last 100 years in America, and every time it's failed, we've moved to the right. Obamacare was much less aggressive and ambitious than the Clinton effort, which was less ambitious than the Nixon effort. I don't see how that pattern would suddenly lead us to go full circle and move to the left with single payer. I just don't see the will there for it in the near term.